section, I believe. And then the station could be here? Depends on where the exit's gonna be. I've already noticed this is gonna piss me off real bad. So let me just take off the roof, put that up there, and then we can simply see a lot better what is going on. Okay, at the entrance I noticed there are some carpets. So how about maybe this? Or is that a bit too McDonald's-y? I quite like this actually. Besides, although I'm pretty sure this will do just fine. It actually really neatly connects to the rest of the building. Really well. Oh my god, that is crazy. This rail instead, that is definitely the wrong color though. There you go, nice and gray, like my soul. For example, since well, this is of course Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe some vents up the top here for, well, realism. I'm pretty sure I'm already taking this too far. At this rate, I'm gonna have like one room done in this video. But I just like to make this really good for once because I never really do. Up until this point. Indoors, that is. Okay, moody, dark lighting. I like that. Okay. I have just recorded... Okay. I have just recorded a half a video, basically. I just made this whole room. I recorded all this and then my recording software crashed. I even put in some screens here that show like a Five Nights at Freddy's ad. Which is also... This is a different kind of pain. Let me tell you, this is a different kind of pain. Just making some and then it's gone. Oh, I was so happy. I was making so much progress so fast, and it was such a great... Anyway, I made this room right here, and then also this corridor. It doesn't seem like much, but this actually took quite long, which is why it sucks so much that the recording is gone. But great. That's just great. This is like a backstage area kind of vibe I was going for. And then back here, this screen, I just made like a little video. I took that from YouTube, which this is footage from the movie. So it actually makes sense. There's audio as well. Let me just show you.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where fantasy and fun come to life. Hit it, guys.
So yeah, that is now playing on all these screens, and I genuinely want to die because, yeah, I just smacked my hand really, really hard on my desk as well, which hurts now. Anyway, I was saying before it crashed, let's continue with the station. Let's get to it as well. In fact, that should be right about here, I think. By the way, however, if we make this gravel nice... Oh, we can't. I was gonna say make that nice and dark red, but that's not really possible. We're just gonna have to choose one of these other ones. This is probably... That's ugly as hell, but still it's the closest. And like this, I'm going to finish that whole arch shape. Yes, I know there are different ways to do this, but for now, this works fine because the axes already started doing weird things and I'm just not here for it. So I'll just do it like this and be done with it. And that we'll obviously do using the big letters. Never mind, you can't scale them down that far. Why though? I cannot... Why only 60? I know there's a mod, and no, I'm not installing it because I want to just use the base game as it is, and DLCs, but that's different. I'm just gonna pray that they add it at some point. Lemonade. Add the texture to it later. Already a completely different vibe in here. This is an unanticipated problem, however. These lights are too bright, and they are individually too bright, which means Wait, actually, I may be able to do them all at the same time. I simply make this gray instead of white. Here you go. Yes, that's better. Ah, praise the Lord. I was scared there for a sec. It's not as nice, but it's the only option because otherwise it's just way too bright. And not to anyone's surprise, the pattern on the ceiling here anyway. So this whole side now looks really, really nice. But then there's this. A black screen. Of course, just an empty room. And I really don't know what to do here. So instead of breaking my brain trying to figure it out, let's first simply move on to the first room of the ride. The first actual room of the ride. The first actual room Because, as you know, there's nothing here. I'm so happy I'm doing it this way, because this is now done, at least the entrance. So you go in here, and you make your way to the actual station, which starts here. Of course, yeah, well, I mean, this is kind of distracting how dark it is. But, you go in, and, you ride. Goods made this ground panel, this floor panel, which I can simply copy over like this. That's a lot of pieces. Thankfully, in this game, we don't have an item limit, just a PC power limit. I really hope this is not gonna backfire. If it does, I can try and find out something else, figure out something else. But until then, we'll try. What plays already? Using these same pieces again. This has to be white or yellow, I think. White? Nope, it's yellow. The ones... Ooh, this is actually perfect. Yes. In general, the wall here has to be gone. Yes. In general. And for the curtains, I'm pretty sure we have some curtains, don't we? Look, I mean, these are a bit small, maybe. Are there no bigger ones? These are bigger. I'm pretty confident if we make all of these red, that looks pretty much... exactly doesn't have quite as much volume as I had hoped. Maybe if we duplicate some of them, spin them around. Close enough. Let's do that here. Then we also need one over here, the smaller one, the one where Foxy is in, I think. This is a giant eyesore, by the way. Look at this. Oh my god. Anyway, this one's gonna look slightly different, but still pretty much this is gonna be such... We do, of course, need the main one on either side. This is gonna be such an incredibly insane amount of work. And this is just the first room as well. But to be fair, like this is the stuff that guests were supposed to see. And then here you enter the back room. Well, not the back rooms, but like the areas you're not supposed to go to. But we do go to it. And then a bunch of stuff happens and a bunch of stuff goes wrong. And you get chased by something. How exactly I'm going to do this, I don't know yet, but we'll see. Don't know yet, but we'll see in just a minute. Or well, in probably like 10 episodes, but that's not the point. What I sort of... stuff. This is gonna go over the entire thing. Do you see this on the inside? I don't think so. Look at how much better this immediately is. That's crazy. Just a ceiling. Look, and then the ducts like this will make it look a bit more industrial and just cooler, because that's the stuff I believe will immediately make it look a lot more believable. In general, I just like the way this looks. It's cool or something, even if it makes no sense at all. This is always stuff I love adding. Some support beams on the ceiling is also a must. I always kind of do this, so let's keep doing it. I don't know why, it just makes it feel a bit more sturdy and realistic. Look at the difference, dude. This is... oh! I love it. And this is, by the way, accurate. This also is present in the movie, so I know it hangs a bit low, but that is definitely accurate. In fact, this exact thing is in the movie, so let's also apply those. And this, I think, is actually a decent